What is up, hospitality team? It is Pastor Emily, your Connections pastor, and I just wanted to walk you through a couple shifts, changes, and exciting things that we're going to be offering for hospitality during the Lenten season. We know that Easter is a time that a lot of families come and try out new churches, and so we just want to be prepared to give them the best possible experience when they come here to Living Word. March 16th, we are planning to launch our parking lot team. And so we'll have a team of greeters out at the parking lot, bringing in the energy, helping identify our first-time guests and giving them opportunities to park in our visitor parking, and then directing them on what to do when they arrive. So from there, our parking lot greeters, they will direct them to our main entrance doors where we have lots of greeters. I know you guys are familiar with, we've been stacking up those greeters up at those front doors, and the purpose is because I want you guys to act in boldness, welcoming our families, letting them know, hi, I'm so glad to see you, remind me your name. Is it your first time? And if you identify that it's someone's first time, I want one of those greeters to be able to leave and take that family to a first-time guest Blue Balloon station. And so when we have lots of greeters out there, it allows you guys to have that fluidity to take our guests to their next point, which would be our first Blue Balloon guest station. From there, the ask is going to be the same, except from now on, I'm going to have 2 Blue Balloon hosts at our station. This will be our only station for the month of March. And you will be serving side by side with somebody. The goal there is that our greeters will come to the Blue Balloon station with a guest and say, hey, I'm so glad you're here this morning. Here's Emily. She's going to help you find your way here this morning at Living Word. My job from then is to get the form and hand the adult their welcome guest gift. Now, the reason there are 2 of us is because one of us from there is going to initiate a tour of the building. There are a couple of ways I want us to do that this season. So if it's just a couple of adults, something you can say is, we're so glad you're here this morning. Can I get you a coffee? That would allow them, if they say yes, you can walk them to our coffee station, get them a coffee, help orient them along the way. Our goal is always to get to know as much about our guests as we can. We take them, we get them a coffee. If they say no, say, that's okay, let me show you around. Just offer that tour. On that tour, this is so important. We want to give them an idea. Here's the sanctuary. Here's the restroom. Here's our Connect desk if you have any questions. Bring them all the way to the usher. Say, this is so-and-so, and then from there, our usher will take care of the rest. We'll get that later. But one of the key ingredients that I want our guests to experience on a Sunday morning is an introduction to a pastor. So if it's an adult, you can introduce them to myself or Pastor Freddie. If it is a kid or a teen, we want to offer to take them to the kids building so that they can meet Pastor Amber or someone from the kids building. If it is a teenager, we want to offer to bring them to Pastor Bernard so that they can meet the youth pastor. Now, here's a difficult thing about Sunday mornings is our pastors wear a lot of hats, and sometimes we're not available. Something really fun that we are going to start doing is for kids, we are going to have a gift at the kids building for the kids to collect. So run through this scenario with me. A family comes to our first-time guest station, and then they say, hey, this is Pastor Emily. She's going to take care of you. I'm taking care of the family. I hand the adult their gift. And then I see a child. I'm going to get down to their level, and I'm going to say, guess what? We have a gift for you too, but it's in the kids building. Is it okay if I take you there to see it? We are not going to pressure families to check their kid into the kids center, and we're going to make it clear that just coming to see the kids center gets them a gift. From there, I will show you where we're planning to house the gift so that you can help the family receive it. But again, we're trying to go that extra mile, give them a tour, let them know this is the kids building. Downstairs is where our littles go. Upstairs is where our big kids go. And if you can, in that opportunity, you're trying to find Pastor Amber to introduce that family to her. Now let's run through the scenario if we see a teenager. So family comes in. I hand the adults their gift after they filled out their form, and I say, hi, you look like you might be in maybe 6th through 12th grade. Is that right? And they say, yes, I'm in the 8th grade. You're going to say, great, I want to introduce you to our youth pastor. Come with me. And then we're going to walk them and find Pastor Bernard. Pastor Bernard serves on our worship team, so if we can't find him, we're gonna say, oh, that's okay, but guess what? We have a gift for you waiting in the youth room. Can I show you? We're gonna walk them over to the youth room. We're going to show them the youth room, show them the game room, show them what their experience could be like if they chose to come to youth group on a Wednesday night. And then we're going to hand them a gift from the youth department. And I, again, am going to show you where we're going to find those here in a minute. Again, our goal in preparing for Easter is to give our guests an extra experience that's going to make them want to come back. What's really cool is once they come to the Blue Balloon Station and they fill out that they want more interest about a ministry area, that pastor that oversees that ministry area receives an email to contact them. Now, it can be really awkward at this point because we haven't met them. You have. And then we give them a call on Monday and we don't know who they are. And so that's why we're trying to initiate the ability to give them a tour that involves connecting them to the pastor that would be contacting them that week. So let's run through the scenario again. Parking lot team greets them. Greeters, you are identifying, you are initiating conversation. You find out that they're a first-time guest, you pull them to the Blue Balloon Station. Blue Balloon Station, you are offering tours that involve introductions to a pastor and receiving ministry-specific gifts. From there, once you've given them that tour, we're taking them to the ushers. Ushers, your job from there is to give them their bulletin, walk them through what's on the bulletin, right? Here are upcoming events, and on the back is a place to take notes. Can I help you find a seat today? Again, you serve in pairs, so that is an opportunity for one of you to go find a seat. The last connection point I'm trying to push for the Lenten season happens after service. So, after service, the last connection point we are trying to have is we're trying to go back to the people that we saw at our Blue Balloon Station, or that we greeted this morning, or that we ushered. And I want you to look them in the eyes, if you can, and say this phrase: thank you for coming today. I hope I get to see you again next week. As a personal story, there was a woman named Kelsey Gail Baville at my church growing up, and the first time I set foot in a Nazarene church was a Wednesday night, and every single Wednesday night that summer she asked me, will I see you next week? And that is what kept me coming. All right, lastly, I want to walk you through a scenario that might happen on any given Sunday where you are a host or a greeter and you haven't met anybody new today. What I want you to do is I want you to think of the last new person that you met, or maybe the last few, and make an effort by the end of service to reconnect with them. Something we have been finding in the classes I attend about first impressions, thank you, is that our guests around about 6 months, they like honeymoon season of coming and trying out a church is kind of over. And a lot of times they start to feel disconnected. So by re-establishing connections with people that we have served in the past, that is one of the steps towards helping make sure that people stay connected to our church once they have kind of gone through the pipeline of being a first-time guest. So to summarize some of the new things that we are offering in hospitality this month: number 1, launching our parking lot team. Number 2, Blue Balloon hosts. You will be serving in pairs to offer tours of the building to our guests that involve a connection to a pastor and ministry areas that would benefit that family. I'm going to go ahead now and show you where those guests will be housed. All right, Blue Balloon hosts, this video is just for you. So let's say we have a family that comes and they are interested in a tour of LW Youth and want to receive their gift. So right over here, the sign that says LW Youth points to the youth room. What I want you to do is be able to open the door and let them know this is where the youth room is. This is where the youth meets on Wednesday nights. We'd love to see you on a Wednesday night. And then here at this counter, Bernard keeps his first-time guest cups in this counter right over here. We're going to put them in black gift bags for you. So you will take a gift out, hand it to the team, and say, here you go. You can also take this as an opportunity to show them the gym and let them know that sometimes youth plays games in the gym, and that there is also a game room over here to the right where the youth typically meets for Sunday school. All right, guys, and this is what would happen if we decided to take a family to the kids building for a tour. We're gonna bring them inside. We're gonna ask whoever is checking in that morning, hey, is Pastor Amber available to meet a family? They're gonna find out. If they say no, then it becomes your job to come over here to the check-in area and give them a gift. They will be in bright blue bags with information about our kids building. From there, you can let families know that our downstairs area is where we house kids until kindergarten. We have a nursery, we have a toddler room, we have a pre-K room, and then upstairs is where our elementary school students go to go for church. So, and then from that point, you bring them back into the foyer again, bring them to an usher and help them find their seat for the day.